And now, for the third match of week 1, which is turned into like the span of a month. I'm sorry about that. Here comes Kyle Rice. Kyle not coming out with his 2 championships. Not coming out as Kyle 2 belts right now. He knows he needs to have his mind set on his matches tonight. Without his mindset on his matches, he could have a long journey ahead of him if he wants to win this whole thing. But, looking at all these participants, not to say that there's not, it's not a tight group in terms of skill level between all these guys. But if you're looking at from, a win record standpoint, from the amount of championships that they've held, Kyle's got to be up there as a top 3 favorite to win the whole division. Probably up there with like Knight and Dawn. Those are probably the other 2. Maybe Super's in there. Maybe Kenny Gomez, but Kyle's got to be in the top 3. But his opponent is someone very new to this whole thing. Someone who's very new to this whole wrestling thing, but he's making it work. The older brother of his girlfriend, Rose Parker. Here he comes, Devin Parker. He showed us some fairly impressive stuff in his showing against none other than the Newmans alongside his technically almost brother-in-law at this point. I don't know when the freak they're going to get married or something. But Samuel and Knight. Devin has shown his strength and aggression. This is not someone that you really want to toy with. Said he made it up the street to be here. Said he's doing this for the sake of the family. Instead he's doing this to let out a little bit of pent-up frustration over the years. Which, fair enough. But these 2 in the corners, the ref rings the bell. A lock up quickly from Kyle. Kyle seeing he can't get the upper hand on this big guy, big throat thrust. But Kyle a kick, not just trying to wear down the bigger Devin here. Just again trying to get technical, wearing the arm. But big elbow by Devin. And another throat chop. Down goes Kyle this time. And a devastating headbutt. Now has Kyle by the face, but Kyle kicking him right off. Not going to let that happen as Kyle thought he was looking for a riser. But again, just striking down Devin. But Devin a big right hand. Devin has the wrist now. Where's he going? Oh, headbutt! Headbutt! Headbutt again! It's not really like a well-formed idea. But if you're strong, just go for it, I guess. And what a slam to Kyle. Hooks the far leg. That could be it already. 1. No, just a 1 count on Kyle 2 belts. Now up comes Kyle. Kyle being brought to those ropes. Devin has some bad intentions. Oh, what a thrust! Uh-oh. Looking to spring off these ropes and just put his body weight on Kyle. Devin is a heavy guy, it seems. There's a lot of muscle mass on him. And he's pretty tall because Kyle himself is pretty tall. And Devin is, in fact, taller than Kyle Rice. But a big chop by Kyle again, just wearing down the bigger man. And Kyle saying he's not going to go down that easy. But turn around, Kyle. Oh, what, like a double forearm. And another headbutt to that shoulder. Devin is not staying down for long. What is this, Fisherman? Suplex to Kyle Rice. Hooks the leg again, trying to get this over with. 2. Kyle powers out at a count of 2. The super kick. No, Kyle catches that. Kick to the gut again, just wearing down that midsection. Swing the elevated flatliner. Signature move. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Devin powers out at 2. That's not enough to put the big man down. Kyle right back to work, technically kicking the gut. Not like a little arm bar here, just trying to stretch out the arms. Kyle knows he's going to need to rely on 2 things if he wants to win this match. His technical skill and his high-flying skill over Devin, because he's not going to be able to outpower him and probably not outstrike him. But what's this? Kyle, sunset flip, but holds on to him right into the barricade. Dear Lord. Ref had a count of 1, I think, and Kyle just going out to reset the count. And right back into the barricade. He just wants to deliver as much damage as possible on the outside. Referee starts that count at the count of 1. Devin, into the barricade again. Ref had a count of 2. And again into the barricade. Kyle, suplexing him up. Punch. Ref had a count of 3. Wait, Kyle. Saying on my rise. Oh, what a leg drop into the barricade. And the ref had a count of 5 now. And Kyle, he's going to get this win by count out. He doesn't care how he wins, as long as he gets that win. But Devin, up count of 6 now. Ref screaming. Devin, dazed. What is that, 7, 8? I couldn't quite hear the ref. Crowd booing. Devin. Ref finally had a count of 9. Devin finally getting back in. Running over to Kyle, but Kyle saw him that whole time. Wait, what is this? Maybe another flatliner? No! The strength of Kyle Rise! And a tombstone stretching out the legs of Devin. And I mean, he's not really trained to be flexible like that. He's more of just a fighter. So this has gotta hurt the legs, but Devin. Oh, nice! What? Like a head scissors. And a big right hand just running over again, right back to the striking. And down goes Kyle Rise. And Kyle now sent into the corner. Devin. Oh, what a forearm. He's not done. How about another one? And a clothesline. But he's not done. Brings the arm around. Beautiful back suplex. So Devin sizing up Kyle now. What's this? What is he looking for? Hidden blade! Oh my lord! Kyle might be out! The upset of the tournament! Turns him over! 1, 2! Kyle gets to the ropes! The crowd cannot believe it. They thought Kyle was going to be out. As Kyle just trying to roll out the ring, but Devin following him. But no, Kyle using that opportunity to have it scouted. Grabs the leg. Turns over Devin. STF on the outside. No, look at him mocking the bigger Devin, saying, "Is that all you got, big man?" Wearing him out, mocking him with these strikes. The lanky Kyle making it work as Kyle Riser on the outside. Good night, Devin. Ref out a count of 3, 4. Ref trying to say, get back in here. Kyle's going to try and win this by disqualification. 5. Or by count, I should have said, not disqualification. 6. And Devin back in again. Kyle cannot believe this. Devin is saying, "Is that all you got?" He's ready for a fight. Kyle kick. Right hand by Devin. Devin saying, "Come on, bring it on." Big chop by the Riser. But Kyle has that strike scout. Another hand. Another big chop. Trying to wear out the bigger man. But a right hand by Devin, and that instantly rocks him right back. And a chop right back from Kyle. Right hand right back from Devin. Drop kick. Picture perfect by Kyle Rise. Kyle just sizing up Devin, trying to think of what he can do to take this man down. Now he's sizing him up for something. What is this? Oh, it's Devin's own spine buster! Stealing his own finishing move! Hooks the leg! 1, 2! Oh, I thought he had him, and Kyle did too. Can't put Devin out with his own finisher. Kyle just raking at the face. Off the ropes for his team. Another big boot to Devin. Kyle up top, maybe looking for a super riser. This could be bad for Devin. Put a power slam out of the air. That will stop all momentum he had. And Devin, no, maybe looking for that beautiful slam again that had him at the beginning of the match, down for 1 already. Devin now, Samoan drop. And up comes Kyle now. Kyle grabs. And what is this? Swinging Kyle around. What a gut buster! And he's not done. Looking for that fisherman suplex. A second time! Just hitting Kyle with every move in his arsenal. And stomping the head while he's at it. And biting the fingers too. He's doing whatever it takes in the crowd, chanting, break his fingers. A little violent crowd. Little violent to stomp. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And two-handed choke slam to Kyle Rise. This could be all but over, but Kyle, DDT! Trying to get back up. It's Devin getting back up. Kyle feeling it from the corner. Riser! But Kyle, he's not done. He's looking for a second one. The blood on his face. But wait! Justin Ford! What is he doing here? Planet Paradise! That disqualifies Kyle! Technically meaning Kyle gets the win! The ref ringing the bell! Ford beating up Kyle Rise, trying to prevent him from winning this whole thing at the cost of this one match! So Kyle, I guess, gets the points! But Devin has got to feel bad about that one before leaving with a smirk on his face. Finally, it's main event time. This one we've been waiting for a long time, and boy, the main event it is. Match between Knight and Dawn Fletcher. Knight shooting his bow. The lights come up for the super athlete. Knight, we know there's a lot on his mind. We saw him talk to Samuel before the opening contest where he had to face off against Chad Webster. Knight was saying, you gotta tap him out to make a message, show that the Perez brothers are here, show that our family is not someone to be toyed with, and get him back to that big red scar that is on Knight's chest. If you see it, you see some of the tape coming out from underneath the jacket that Chad left from his chop, which is, dear Lord, crazy how a chop can leave an imprint of a man's hand on your chest. Knight said he's going to get back on top, and he's not going to let that deter him from where he should be, back at the top like he's been for so long in so many companies. And it all starts with him having to topple the Lone Wolf, Dawn Fletcher. The Lone Wolf in his own right is not someone you want to toy with. Dawn Fletcher, we know, won the MPW Rumble recently. He's yet to have his match at Nitromania since Nitromania's been postponed for so unbelievable long now. Sorry about that. But Dawn Fletcher, this man can go in that ring. You see him representing the country of Brazil right now with his back, with his green attire. You see Long Live Brazil in Portuguese on his back, if I am correct. Dawn Fletcher, the Lone Wolf. This man can get violent. He's howling up top. There he goes, showing off that Brazil flag. It's all of the above, all the pyro going off for Dawn. Dawn Fletcher. This man is an absolute fighter through and through. Someone that you do not want to try and go blow for blow with by any means. He has that devastating forearm that can come out of absolutely nowhere. And we know his finishing move is Fletcher's Edge. Absolutely nasty stuff from this man. He's technical. He's got a little bit of high flying in him. He's got, of course, that striking skill. So really, this is going to be a tight match. Dawn showboating to all the fans here in Brazil, doing this for himself, trying to get his name back up there. So we know Dawn, former MPW World Champion, but had one of the shortest runs, I think the shortest championship run in history, holding it for literally a few minutes before he decided to give someone a rematch the same night he won the championship, because he won due to unfair reasons, but instantly got it taken off him. But he's ready to climb back up Mount Everest to get where he belongs. And Knight wiping the sweat off his hands, Dawn staring him down. This match is going to be tight, and it's really going to come down to who's more on their A game today. Because this is anyone's match. These two feeling each other out. Dawn getting a feel for Knight's strikes. Catches that knee that time. Turns him around. Beautiful octopus stretch. And these two in the ring, I think this is the first time they've actually ever faced off before in the ring. If I'm remembering correctly, they have never fought in a ring, let alone in MPW, just in general. These two have never faced tonight. Beautiful tilt-a-wall armbar, trying to tap out Don Fletcher early. Wait a minute, and he snapped the arm. But no, Don able to wrestle out of it. Never faced off in a ring, and it's going to be an interesting mix of styles between these two, because both of these guys can, I'd say, really do it all. Just they're clearly better at some styles compared to others. It's Don heading to the middle rope. Has the arm here. What's this? Beautiful suplex! Using the momentum from the middle rope to drop him down with more force. Could that be it already? No, too early. Just a 1 count. I'd say Knight, definitely the better high flyers. There's those forearms I was talking about. I don't know if Knight wants to get into a striking battle, because as I was saying, Knight definitely the better high flyer, but I'd say Don is the better striker. Technically speaking, I think I'd give the edge to Knight in technical wrestling and submissions and all that, but it's got to be a little close, and of course the power, the size advantage. There's that discus forearm, like I was saying, but Knight up! Torpedo Moscow! Right back, but both men up! Both staring each other down and having the same exact idea, saying the other one can't put them down. Stare down between Don and Knight. The size advantage. It's definitely got to be coming into the mind. And Knight in a stomp right to the midsection. And these two, we know it's a regular match. So these two, lucky for the safety of both of them, as Knight just laying it in. You see that bandage across his chest. Colored it back to fit with his attire a little bit more, but still. Don heading up top now. Knight up to his feet. Don, what's he looking for here? Beautiful hurricanrana tonight. That's struggling to his feet. That chest imprint's got to be in pain. You saw the hand mark left by Chad Webster. And he's looking to maybe run right at it, but a big elbow to the back of the neck, it looked like, to Don. And now Knight in the corner. Beautiful. Just piercing right through him. And leaps over. Beautiful. That knee that Knight loves. And now Knight heading to the top rope. That sets him in perfect position for... No. Telling Don to get up. Looking at this whole sequence with a... beautiful block buster. The speed of Knight is hard to keep up with. But that beautiful tackle in the corner into the springboard knee, into that blockbuster, and now sending Don outside. Knight is feeling himself here. This ref's on the count. Knight, full out of steam, flies over, but Don catching him into the apron and swings him right around. That midsection's gotta hurt. The strength of Don. And Knight now into the announce table. I said, good thing this match is a regular match so that these guys won't absolutely kill each other with weapons, because both of these guys we know can go hardcore. But it seems like Don doesn't care. Don's going to get to as close as using weapons as he can. Into the announcement table. Into the barricade this time. Sweet Don. No, on that hard outside floor. Forearm the back of the neck. And again, smushing his head into it. The crowd in shock at the brutality from Don. Knight on the barricade is Don. Resetting the count from the ref. No, Knight, no. Back suplex into the barricade. Fans are getting their money's worth tonight as the ref had a count of 1. Tosses him, wait. The forearm tonight, signature move from Don Fletcher. And into the ring goes Knight. He might have it won. But Don, what are you doing? Don, you're going to get yourself disqualified. I guess technically not. If you put someone through a table, technically to the rules, putting them through it doesn't count as using the weapon. So you're not disqualified. But if you hit him with it, you get disqualified. Now just setting up the announcement table and the table. But Knight, way up top. Super stomp to the outside. It's Don, grabbed by the back of the neck. Into that announcement table. This is bad for either man if they get up there. No, they will. No. Knight, what are you looking for here? Big right hand. Don't do this, Knight. What are you looking for? Another one. And wait, Knight. No, suplex. Off the announcement table, through the table. technically not getting Knight disqualified. Dawn, that might be it. Dawn's whole tournament might be over with that one. Knight hopping in the ring. Is Knight, no, one more! Curb stomp, super stomp, curb stomp through the table. Knight showing off, he thinks he's got this in the bag. Dawn is out in that ring, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. You're kidding, Dawn won't die. Knight, a kick, double underhook. Castle Siege now instead. Wearing that midsection. If you're not going to go down to that, I'll just have to beat you harder. Dawn, you should have went out for the 3 for the sake of the rest of this tournament if you want a shot at winning. But Dawn forearm, not going to go out that easy. Buckshot lariat! And Knight trying to get up. Here comes Dawn, striking him right back into the corner. Big chop to that midsection. Chop again. That has to hurt. And then down goes Knight, and Dawn choking him. The ref's got to get in there. He's holding that for a while, ref. And he finally lets go at the screaming of the ref. It's Knight into the other turnbuckle. Hits hard. Oh, no. Dawn, what are you looking for here? Trying to get the crowd hyped. Puts his feet over. Big right hand. Oh, up goes Dawn. What is this? No. Spanish fly from the top rope. Hooks the leg. Good night, Knight. 1, 2. No. Kick out at 2 by the super athlete. These two are trying to kill each other. See the table scraps on the outside. It's Dawn Irish whip. No, Knight Irish whip to Dawn. And sends him back outside with a big shoulder tackle. Knight, what a splash right to the back of Dawn Fletcher. That high flying ability and a beautiful knee. Knight bringing up Dawn. The ref starting his count at a count of 1. He strikes. Knight maybe looking at that announcement table. Just grabbing Dawn into the announcement table now. Ref on a count of 3. And up goes Dawn. Knight saying a regular table won't do it. How about a metal one? But Dawn right hand, 4 count. And strikes. Knight falls off a count of 5. It's Dawn hopping down. Maybe looking to reset the count. No. Ref had a count of 6 now. This guy's got to get back into the ring. But Dawn now looking to put Knight through the table to make sure he stays down. 7 count, I believe, now. Right hand. But Knight catches that one, right hand of his own. No, Dawn right hand of his own. Again, no, Knight right hand of his own. Right hand, right hand. No, Dawn right hand of his own. Right hand. No, Knight right hand of his own. Who's going to go through this table? A stare down. Knight, kick. No, the pedigree. Ref on a count of 9. 10 before either man can get back in. This match is a draw. Crowd chanting, this is awesome. And the ref saying it's over. Screaming at Knight, but Knight, no, don't do this. Castle Siege to the ref. Knight's frustrated. He had the match won if he could have got back in a second earlier. No, into the corner. Ref, forearm, no, springboard, the springboard curve. Oh, he just killed the ref. Oh, we're not gonna have this ref next week, I think. Knight just brutalizing the ref. The fans can't believe this. But Dawn's back. I thought he died. Dawn signaling for it. Fletcher's up. Fletcher's edge. Saying this is how you want to treat the ref. This is what you get. Dawn making sure the ref's okay. The ref getting up and Dawn leaving. This match is a draw. The ref's shouting for security. Dawn and Knight both got to be upset with that. But it looks like Dawn is the one who stays standing.